there, I'm Manuela Kalamboukas, and this is Everyone's a Critic. The Walking Dead started its 7th season this past October with one of the show's most emotional episodes of all times. Finally ends the dilemma of who was chosen to die on Season 6. Season 7's brutal premiere was cruel and merciless, with its viewers showing two of the show's favorite characters having their heads turned into soup after being hit multiple times by the new villain, Negan, with his freak-looking baseball bat that he calls by the name of Lucille weird. However, despite its blockbuster premiere, Season 7's ratings have been drastically declining, going from 17 million viewers to roughly 11 million by the 8th episode. Why that? Well, let me just say that Season 7 has not been the best. First off, we finally got to formally meet the new villain of the show. The character of Negan was definitely one of the most discussed themes of Season 7 before its premiere, and the audience was expected the character to be one of the greatest villains of the series. The problem is, we still don't really know a lot about him. Is he the new governor in the show? I don't think so. Differently from the other villains like the governor from Season 3 or the cannibals from Season 5, Negan has not been given any background to show us why he acts the way he does. We are missing that part of him that makes him human, that part that makes us hate and love a villain at the same time, no matter what he does. The only thing we know is that he's a dick. He kills people just for the sake of it and jokes about it like it's no big deal. Personally, I'm getting tired of him, and we haven't even got that far on the plot yet. Another thing that has been bugging me about this season is the way that the group has been dealing with the whole problem. Especially Rick. Rick just easily accepts that he now is Negan's servant and that he needs to produce to him, while Negan is still threatening his family, which makes me really uncomfortable. I mean, we're talking about Rick, the same man that led his group from the beginning, overcoming every threat and that crossed their way. From the governor's man to the cannibals from Terminus, to a herd with thousands of zombies, and now Rick is just casually handing all his guns and weapons to the guy who killed two of his best friends. I don't know if he's secretly thinking of a plan to overcome Negan or not, but the only thing I know is that this season's Rick has been annoying me more than Farmer Rick from Season 3. Let's just hope that he decides to step up as a leader and take Negan his men out. The one thing that I have noticed so far on this season is that they are trying to tell the story from a bunch of different places, from a perspective of different characters. Their strategy could be a good change, but the authors don't seem to be playing that well. Every episode seems to take too long because nothing really ever happens. I understand that the authors were trying to give the audience a break and recover from the tragic episode, and that they are setting up for the new conflict, but now it has been too long and we need more action on the show. I also think that the entire group needs to get back together again, because they won't be able to overcome the threat otherwise. One thing that I'm definitely excited to see as the season comes along is King Ezekiel. He's the leader of the community where Morgan and Karen are set up right now. And guess what? He's also under control of Negan, which seems a bit odd since a man that has a tiger as a pet should not be intimidated by anyone. Well, that's all I have for today. Again, I'm Manuela Kalamboukas, and this was Everyone's a Critic.